Test, test, test. Are we good? Are we on? I think we are. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the Chief Zone podcast. I'm Farzin Vasugian. Wow. Wow. Holy shit. Woo! Okay, guys, can you hear me? Audio quality wise, are we good there? Because I'm using my AirPods. I've never used these before for a podcast. I'm on the road. I can't even think straight right now. This is an insane game. The Chiefs won their first game within a score. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you today. I don't. Hey, I said we don't have the capability to do call-ins today. That's because I have to kind of go through some weird hoops. You know what? Fuck that. I want to hear from you guys. I'll figure all that stuff out on my end, even on vacation. So there is the link for you guys to call in. Hopefully, I can hear you guys. I'm hoping this doesn't backfire, but I have to hear from you guys. There's a lot to get into. I commented on Instagram, commented on everywhere. So you should all have it except for X. I don't know why. Someone just said go drink margaritas. Hold on. Listen, it's all I have in the hotel fridge here. So let's drink. Why not? Since this is the beer that Patrick Mahomes works with. Cheers to you guys. Oh shit! I got some beer on my keyboard. No, who cares? I needed that after that game, man. All right. I want to hear from you guys. So please click that link if you haven't done so already. I'll comment with it again. Because I want to hear from you. I have no idea how that's going to work on my end. Listen, I'm glad the Chiefs won. Cape says I need to go to Mexico for every game. Well, fuck it. If you guys want to start a GoFundMe and fund my trips, let's do it. I make good money. I don't make that much money. Yeah, I did say 2320. Let me just start there. I'm going to go see Mexican legal services here and see if they'll allow me to change my name, because I am going to change my name to Himothy Vasugian. I think it's only fair because I did say the Chiefs were going to win 23-20. The only thing I didn't say is that it was going to go to overtime. But I got the score prediction correct. So I'm going to go see if I can get my name changed while I'm here before I return to the United States for Thanksgiving. Just going to figure that out sometime within the next 5 days. With that said, real talk, okay? Real talk. I'm glad the Chiefs won this game. But, dude, if you told me at the start of the fourth quarter, bet money right now, you have to bet $1,000 who's winning this game, I was not putting it on Kansas City. I'm glad the Chiefs won this game. But I do come away with this with more questions than answers. Why did it take the offense this long to wake up? I feel like the Chiefs are still overcomplicating things. And listen, I'm glad they figured it out because, my God, they needed this. Patrick Mahomes had 117 yards at halftime. He finished with 352. Rashee Rice played like a grown-ass man. 8 catches, 141 yards. Dude, he was huge in this game on the final drive of regulation and in overtime. And Xavier Worthy came through with a massive 31-yard catch in overtime on a 3rd and 8 play. Kansas City played better today, offensively speaking. Was not pretty, but they were 7 of 16 on 3rd down. That's not great conversion-wise, but they came through when they needed it the most. Kareem Hunt, who's been your most reliable player all year long, got his first 100-yard game of the season, 104 rushing yards. Ran 30 times. That's not ideal, but man, this is what happens when you run the ball, I guess. They ran the ball 41 times. That includes 4 scrambles from Patrick Mahomes. You got to find a way to get to Daniel Jones. Now, he didn't get sacked in this game, but boy, Chris Jones, this was one of Chris Jones' best games ever. And the things that Chris Jones did in this football game, you're not going to see him on any stat sheet. All you see on his stat sheet is 2 QB hits, 1 tackle. That's all you're going to see on the Chris Jones stat line there. Now, that 1 tackle came when he pushed Jonathan Taylor back in overtime. I can't remember if it was overtime or some other time. I don't remember, but boy, Chris Jones had the game of his life. For as critical as we all have been, rightfully so, because Chris Jones has not been playing the way he should with his contract and all, Chris Jones played a damn good game today. Rashee Rice stepped up after a slow start to this game. Xavier Worthy came through in overtime. There were a lot of things Kansas City overcame in this game, but I still have a lot of questions. How is this team going to look in 5 days when they play a very good offensive football team in Dallas? Let's not worry about that too much right now. I know it's a short week, but I just feel like Kansas City, offensively, you've got to get more consistency. I like that they were consistent on 3rd and short. You saw them commit to the run more in this game. You complained about it. I complained about it. The media has been pointing it out. Rex Ryan, for weeks, has been saying, commit to the run. And they did that today. And that was needed. Defensively speaking, I'll tell you when Indianapolis lost this game was right before the end of regulation. Remember, the Chiefs went 3 and out near their own side of the field. They lost a yard. They couldn't even go forward on the second to last drive of regulation for the Chiefs. They gave the ball back to Indy. And for whatever crazy reason, the Colts decided, hey, we have the best running back in the NFL. Even though he's having a bad game today, we got to get into that. Because Jonathan Taylor he barely existed in this game. But even though they have Jonathan Taylor, who's been struggling today, let's throw the ball not once, not twice, but 3 times in a row with Daniel Jones. And listen, Daniel Jones has had a resurgence this year. He is in the lead for comeback player of the year. But you do not throw the ball 3 times in a row with the game on the line, up by 3. And the Colts did that. So Kansas City said, thank you. We know we've committed bad decisions like that. So we'll take advantage of this when it's the other way around. That's exactly what Kansas City did. The Chiefs did not allow a touchdown in the second half of this game or in overtime, really. I mean, Kansas City, defensively speaking, really came through when they needed it the most. They forced a punt on the opening drive of the game, the touchdown off the Patrick Mahomes interception, which was a horrible throw by Mahomes, the only bad throw he had today. That one you cannot put on the defense. Like, they're at the 3-yard line already. What defense is going to stop that? They scored a touchdown in the second quarter. That was Indianapolis' best drive of the game. And then they forced a 3-and-out after that touchdown in the second quarter. They held them onto a field goal on an 11-play drive. And then in the fourth quarter, Indianapolis, 3-and-out. Indianapolis again, 3-and-out. Third drive of the fourth quarter for Indianapolis, 3-and-out. Overtime, 3-and-out. The Colts got a grand total of 0 first downs in the fourth quarter and overtime combined. This Chiefs defense really stood strong in this game. And one big reason why the Colts were held to 20 points, Jonathan Taylor was held to 58 yards. The only good play Jonathan Taylor had in this game was that 27-yard run on, I want to say 3rd and 2. It was 3rd and short, whatever it was. That's the only time Jonathan Taylor did anything positive or significant in this game for the Colts. This Chiefs defense stood up to the best running back in the NFL. Jonathan Taylor was the only player with 1,000 rushing yards coming into this game, and they were coming off a bye week. There are still a couple of teams that haven't had their bye weeks yet. So Jonathan Taylor came through, or I'm sorry, the Chiefs defense came through stopping Jonathan Taylor in this game. I want to hear from you guys. I don't know how this is going to work. I hope I can hear you guys. By the way, for those of you tuning in late, I just want to give a friendly reminder that I am him because I predicted the score right here. So for all of you who laughed at me and said that you're an idiot, you're a clown for saying the Chiefs are going to win, I better hear from you guys. I have the link for you guys to call in. I don't want you guys wimping out on this one here. So I better hear from you guys as well. Hitting leadoff tonight is Daniel. Daniel, you're on the Chiefs Zone podcast. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great, but I can tell you one thing. When Kareem Hunt fumbled that ball and we were going into the end zone, that's when the defense changed the game. Because as you said, punt. But
not a single first down.
Not a single first down. But that offense, I'm not quite sure what to make of this offense. I love the fact that Kareem Hunt got 30 carries or 30 plus carries. But I'm not gonna lie. When he fumbled the ball, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be bad." And I'm glad to see that. I'm glad to see that our defense woke up and it gave the offense time to figure something out. I'm gonna give the credit to Andy Reid for consistent of the run. We won the game. I'm not going to go switch off and say Matt Nagy, but Andy Reid consistent. Finally gave the run. Finally stayed with the run. Good game. On to Dallas next week. Short week. And we just got to keep winning. We got to keep winning, and we got to start off fast. I'm not liking this getting the ball in the second half just to go 3 and out. We have to figure something out with that.
I appreciate the call, Daniel. Those are some good thoughts there. Yeah, I mean, the Chiefs took a really long time to get going in this one. That's why I'm saying, listen, you guys know me. Last year when the Chiefs had all those ugly wins, and they had a bunch of them in 2022 as well, I said, look, a win's a win. Wins are not easy to come by, and Chiefs fans should absolutely celebrate this win. But moving forward on a very short week, going on the road for Thanksgiving, I'm asking questions. I have more questions about this offense. Like, let's be honest here. Do we know what the identity is of this offense? Because I don't think we do. Oh, the offense stepped up in the fourth quarter and in overtime. I mean, Patrick Mahomes finished with, 352 yards? Yeah, he needed overtime to do it, but that's football sometimes. But my question is this. Are we going to get the fourth quarter and the overtime offense on a regular basis? Or are we going to see the offense we saw in the first 3 quarters where they were scratching and clawing, trying to get something going? I have a lot of questions still with this offense. I just missed a call. But Jason says finally saw a couple of deep balls. Yes, we did. We saw the offense do so. Now, Mahomes at times was not confident. So he had an opportunity when Hollywood Brown torched Sauce Gardner, who's one of the best cornerbacks in the league, a guy who Trent McDuffie is chasing his contract to try to get, a guy who the Colts just gave up 2 first-round draft picks to get. Yeah, Thornton was targeted only once, which is still weird to me. Tracy Wolfson tweeted this morning, based on her conversations with the Chiefs, she thought Tyquan Thornton was going to get more involved. Well, that still has not changed. This Chiefs offense, they've got to get off to better starts. I don't mind that. Listen, I disagree with Daniel. I don't mind them choosing to defer, which in this one, it's funny because the Chiefs lost the coin toss and the Colts chose to receive, which, it's like, what's the point of a coin toss anymore for Chiefs games? But if you're going to defer, fine, but come out strong in the second half. I thought the Chiefs could have done a better job in the second half of this game. Bowen, you are here on the Chiefs Zone podcast. What's up, Bowen?
What's up? Hey, congrats, first of all, getting the score exactly right.
Thank you.
So, this first 3 quarters was just frustrating. It felt like I was watching the last drive against the Broncos on repeat for 45 minutes of football, and we
Yeah.
could barely get anything done in the red zone. We needed Butker to bail us out 4 times in order to keep this game tied. I guess I'm glad we got our stuff together for the fourth quarter after the fumble, but like it just it just frustrated me, and that's why I'm relieved we came away with a win. This has been a great week for my sports teams, with my Cougars dominating Wisconsin in basketball and Cincinnati in football. And I'm glad that I could cap it off with a win, but holy.
You can say shit.
Okay. Holy shit, this team was this team just couldn't get stuff done. It felt like Nagy was running a car that was out of motor oil and didn't get it until like the 13-minute mark of the fourth quarter.
That is 100% true, and I appreciate the call moment. I think that's been the theme so far. We were 2 calls in. And listen, you guys know me. I like to feel good about a win, and I do. Don't get me wrong. Like, if the Chiefs did not win this game, I have no idea what the discussion would be like right now. Tony Romo, so whenever a game ends, they'll always try to switch it to show you the fourth quarter of whatever game is going on. Tony Romo said on the broadcast, for those of you that are joining us from other games, this was not looking right good for Kansas City. And he's right. This was bleak. The amount of comments I got on social media, on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, everyone said we might need to just pack it in now. People were unsure what to think of this game. I told you guys at the start of the fourth quarter, if I had to bet on it, I was betting on the Chiefs to lose this game. I had no confidence in the Chiefs whatsoever with the way this was going. I mean, what indication did you have that the offense was going to get it together? Yeah, at the end of the third quarter, they had those 2 big passing plays. Unfortunately, that led to a Kareem Hunt fumble. Now, fortunately, Kareem Hunt made up for it. And by the way, how about that sweet little homage to Priest Holmes diving over the entire line? That was pretty cool. But man, I would like some consistency. Have I seen any Chiefs fans? No, but I was in the elevator, and this couple, they saw my shirt this morning. They're like, "Oh, you're a Chiefs fan." I'm like, "Who's your team?" They go, "The Eagles." I turned the fuck around. I was not talking shit. But no, I have not seen any Chiefs fans. I've seen a Broncos fan. I've seen 2 Eagles fans. Have yet to see any Chiefs fans. But boy, this Chiefs team, man, offensively, they've got to be more consistent. This wide receiver trio was supposed to look good. And listen, I think they helped each other out in this game. Hollywood Brown went out there and made a big play for a first down at one point. That's the only catch he had. Rashee Rice had 8 catches. I think, all the other guys on the field certainly created that distraction. Xavier Worthy came through in the fourth quarter and in overtime. So I think, what we saw in the fourth quarter and in overtime, this is what we want, what we've been waiting for. Maybe one guy stands out statistically, and that's Rashee Rice, but that doesn't mean Hollywood Brown did not do his job. Or Tyquan Thornton, who I still think needs to get more involved with the offense. But defenses can't double team everyone. By the way, how about Noah Gray, man? That big catch. I hope he's okay, but man, that was a scary hit. Those 2 Colts defenders quickly checked on him. The dude caught it with his midsection and his thighs. That he wasn't using his hands on that play. I mean, maybe his elbow a little bit. Last thing before I go to Chris, who's been waiting for a while. And by the way, if you guys want to call in, the link is right there. I'm going to have to do some editing on my end, but that's okay. It is totally worth it for this game. Harrison Butker, man, this guy got off to a terrible start. Let's be honest. He got off to a terrible start this season. And boy, he came through today. Not 1, 2, 3, or 4. 5 field goals when your offense stalled. should have prevented overtime, but when you called Harrison Butker's number, he came through 5 times. This guy better be the AFC Offensive Player of the Week. Or I'm sorry, Special Teams Player of the Week. There's no one else that should win it, unless they have 2 punt and return touchdowns or whatever. Boy, he came through whenever the Chiefs offense stalled in this game today. Chris, you're on the Chiefs Zone podcast. What's up, Chris?
Not much. First of all, my brother, I hope you're enjoying your well-deserved vacation.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Well, first of all, where the hell do I start? Right now, I'll be honest, Farzine, I feel like I need triple bypass heart surgery after that damn game. Jesus Christ. I tell you one thing, all these fake-ass bandwagon fans, I don't know where this man, this stud leader, just back from an 11-point lead quarter to a dramatic downfield.
Chris, I'm going to put you on hold because you are freezing up. It's just you're freezing every 2 seconds. I'm going to give you a chance to maybe reconnect there, try to get a better connection. I'll try to get back to you in a minute, so I'll give you some time there because you have a lot to say, and I definitely want to hear it. But I'll give you a moment or two to reconnect and figure that out. But, boy, I listen, I think you could still feel the energy from his voice there. Like, again, do we not have more questions than answers, even coming off a win? I do. I still do. Starlink is failing us. Yeah, maybe it's my connection here in Mexico. I don't. Maybe that's it. Listen, I'm using hotel Wi-Fi. I have no idea if I look fuzzy or I look clear on my end, but that's just my end. I don't know how I look on your guys' end. The inconsistency is what's driving people nuts with this team right now. Like the question I would like to ask: where the hell was this offense last week or the week before? And I know the Colts are not, they're not world beaters on defense. The Broncos are a completely different defensive team, but you're going to play much better defenses in the near future, okay? Dallas is not a good defense. The Chiefs better do a much better job this Thursday than they did today from an offensive standpoint. But the game after that, who do they play? They play Houston off a mini bye on Sunday Night Football, and thank God that's at home. But did you not see what the Texans just did to Josh freaking Allen, the reigning MVP? I mean, as a Chiefs fan, you kind of look at that and you're like, how did the Chiefs let Josh Allen even look like that in the game earlier this year? I don't care if that was home or away. It was home for the Texans, but that's not how Josh Allen is supposed to look. You play the Chargers, who've got a up and down defense. Denver's got a scary defense. You got a couple of good defenses left. And again, Kansas City is in playoff mode right now. They have to essentially win out. The margin for error was already small last week. It's even smaller now. So hopefully they have that figured out. Let's go back to Chris. Let's hope he has his connection figured out. Chris, are you there?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me okay?
That sounds a lot better. Go ahead.
All right. So back to what I was saying. I don't want to hear any of these fake-ass so-called Chiefs fans ever again trash Mahomes and say he's washed up. This stud leader of our team just brought us back from an 11-point deficit late in the fourth quarter, took us in overtime, drove the ball downfield. Patrick Mahomes is God as far as I'm concerned at this point. No question.
Listen, I agree. I mean, he's been struggling this year. Patrick Mahomes, I mean, listen, he's been part of the problem this year, but to say he's washed up or he's done, and it's not just Chiefs fans. I've seen a lot of people write off Patrick Mahomes nationally too. He proved a lot of people wrong today. There are not going to be any Patrick Mahomes naysayers this week.
Well, and not only that, but our defense forcing 4 3 and outs. That is just, our defense just was awesome today.
Against a really good offense too. Yes, I agree.
Yep. Well, all I can say is bring on the Cowboys and I hope no. And but importantly, I want to wish all my fans and you, Farzine, a very happy Thanksgiving, my friend.
Thank you. You as well. Appreciate it, Chris. The connection was starting to go out, so I'm glad he wrapped it up there. But we got the idea. So, yeah, I mean, this Chiefs team, listen, what did we say earlier in the week? If the Chiefs go out there and utilize Kareem Hunt more, they'll win games. They utilized Kareem Hunt more and they won. Was it pretty? No, it was It was all kinds of stress, but they figured it out. They figured it out today. Now in 5 days, they got to figure it out again. And then from Thanksgiving in 10 days, they got to figure it out again against a very good defense. And that minibye is going to be very important getting ready for the Texans. And I don't know if it's going to be C.J. Stroud or Davis Mills for that game. That's a little too far down the line. But my point is, you're going to be facing better defenses after Dallas. So this Chiefs team, offensively, they better step it up because Kansas City needs that right now. Kansas City absolutely needs it. If you guys want to call in, the link is right there. I would love to hear from you guys. But man, this defense stepped up today. Held Jonathan Taylor to 58 yards, holding him to 3.6 yards per carry. Is that the fewest rushing yards Jonathan Taylor's had all season? Because I saw some of you say that the Chiefs were going to struggle with Jonathan Taylor. Let me see. That is the second worst rushing performance he's had all year. He rushed for 45 yards against the Steelers. Jonathan Taylor's been fairly – I mean, he had a great game too, by the way. In that Berlin game against the Falcons in overtime, 244 rushing yards, almost 300 yards of total offense in that game from Jonathan Taylor. So he played really well in that one. But, man, I think the Chiefs are proving – listen, and I don't know what their plan is going to be when Pacheco comes back, but if you want to split the carries with them, fine, but start running the ball more because I think you can find a benefit in that. You got to start running the ball more. I know that's not Andy Reid's MO. I know that's not the way this offense operates, especially with how much they're paying their quarterback, but I think you're showing today you need to run the ball more. Even with Trey Smith out, who suffered an injury in this game, I thought Mike Caliendo held up just fine. Was not great, but the rushing game was still pretty damn good in this one. Yeah, I had a pretty good feeling about Taylor. I mean, listen, the Chiefs have not allowed they've only allowed one 100-yard rusher since the Christmas game against the Raiders. That was James Cook. James Cook's the only guy who's rushed for 100 yards recently against Kansas City. I mean, listen, Clyde went in there just for relief. And because the running game was working, they figured, hey, why don't we let him run the ball a little bit since that seems to be working pretty well, and it did. By the way, I shared a stat that Kareem Hunt has the best EPA in the NFL. Better than Jonathan Taylor. And guess who was a better running back today? Not Jonathan Taylor, Kareem Hunt. Jonathan Taylor has a slightly better yard per rush average, but Kareem Hunt overall was just a better performer today. Jonathan Taylor just had one good run today of 27 yards. That's it. Tell me something good Jonathan Taylor did other than that one run. And then because I guess he had a bad game, Shane Steichen said, you know what? Because my running back is struggling, I'm going to throw the ball 3 times in the fourth quarter with the game on the line, an opportunity to put the Chiefs away and put that final nail in the coffin that everyone outside of Kansas City was hoping for. Nope. They did the Chiefs the biggest favor possible. This Chiefs defense really came through when it mattered the most. And I'm happy to see that. There's a lot to work on still with this team, so we'll see. We don't have any callers right now. Lines are wide open if you guys want to call in. I'll read some comments here. Chris says you might have touched on it already, but the play calling severely needs to improve. I agree. Listen, I'll say this right now because, you know, they say in the UFC, how do you determine who won the trash talking? Well, whoever wins won the trash talking. In this game, in any game, whoever wins, you technically outplay the other team. But I will say, I think Shane Steichen outcoached Andy Reid in this game. Is that fair to say? Farzine, everyone says bad officiating when it's about flags, but I noticed the refs weren't calling the play dead. Romo kept praising second efforts on the Colts offense, but the refs should have called several plays dead for no forward progress, and they didn't, so they got more yards. I'll be honest, Jason, I'm not exactly sure what you're referring to. I will say the worst call of the game was that face mask on Jawan Taylor. He wasn't yanking on any face mask there. That should have been a touchdown for Travis Kelce. That was taken away. But bad calls happen. You got to find ways to overcome it. And guess who overcame that today? Kansas City did. There was also another bad call at one point that I can't remember what it was. I think it was illegal contact on Xavier Worthy. That was taken away. They did not. They didn't call that. I mean, listen, this officiating crew. We all knew it coming into this game. You guys pointed it out. They throw more flags than any other crew. They threw a lot today. Debo, is your camera on, Debo? I don't see it. Okay, well, turn your camera on and I'll get you on. For now, let's go to Bob. Bob, you're on the Chiefs Zone podcast. What's up, Bob?
Hey, what's up, Farzine? I see you're having toes in the sand moments over there. Hey,
Yes, sir.
I think you well deserve it. Enjoy yourself. Hey, we finally got to see him commit to the run today. That's we've all been talking about it over and over and over,
Yeah.
and finally they did it. I still think our offensive line's got some problems, man. Just enough to. I mean, that pass rush they had was pretty good, man. They nicked up on Patty a couple of times, roughed him up a couple of times. But hey, that's football. I thought they was kind of one way on some of them calls when on roughing up Patty, and then later on we didn't get no calls when we needed them. But hey, it was a good football game. Our backs played a lot better, and they this is like we shut down Gibbs, we shut down Taylor. Man, we've been shutting down some really good backs, and I got to get off Chris Jones today. He finally put up some effort today. What I thought was
his
a really
best
good
game of the
game.
season. I agree.
Yeah, and it's about goddamn time. So I'm glad to see it finally. Taylor, he had his usual call, you know. He got a flag. I thought that was kind of bullshit, though, to defend him a little bit.
I agree. Yeah, that
And,
was a bad call.
but then the guard, Smith, he started, he had one there. So it was a good, hard football game. They didn't quit. And they really put it together there towards the end of third quarter. And and they showed like they really wanted to win this time. And Rice, man, I got to hand it to that guy, man. He was playing with one leg, man. I mean,
Yeah.
he went back out there and made that last catch, man, on one leg. And do you see him? He had to sit down, man, because it was hurting too bad.
Yeah, he wanted to go back in, and they wouldn't let him.
And then Worthy, he played banged up. He made, 2 or 3 catches that was pretty nice. So I still don't know why they're not playing Thornton. Maybe they're saving him. Maybe they're saving him because of all the injuries piling up. I don't know. It seems like number 5 is Hollywood is one of their favorite targets out of all the big guys, you know. So I don't know. My hat goes off to Hunt today, man. He looked like a bird, like a plane, and ended up being Hunt in the end zone, huh?
Yeah,
So
that was
kind of
awesome.
fun.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Anyway, enjoy your trip, man. I'll sit
right.
back and listen. And happy Thanksgiving to the kingdom, man.
All right, appreciate it. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well, and to everyone else tuning in, listening. This is kind of a surprise. Hold on, bear with me 1 second here. It is the second quarter with 2:50 left to go, and the Cardinals are leading the Jaguars. I have to get a little close because I don't have my glasses on. Man, my head just hurts way too much from that game. What am I sipping on? Coors Light. That's all they have in the hotel fridge here. I mean, they've got Dos Equis and a couple other stuff, but hey, I figured why not celebrate with the beer that Patty Mahomes endorses. Arizona right now leading Jacksonville, and I told you guys I can't get a read on Jacksonville. They are up and down. If Kansas City, why am I saying if Kansas City wins? They won today. The Steelers lost. They're 6-5. The Chiefs, they did drop to the 10 seed because of the Steelers loss, which is not good. But boy, if Jacksonville loses, you have a 4-way tie for the number 7 seed. This playoff race is far from over if Jacksonville wins. This is going to, I mean, this is obviously we still have a lot of time left, but boy, a 4-way tie, that'd be quite a way to end the season if we get to that point for a wild card spot. But this just shows you this is not over till it's over. I still think if you're Kansas City, you need to win out because you need to prevent these tiebreaker situations. Let me see. Why does Pittsburgh wins a tiebreaker over Houston based on strength of schedule? They have the same conference record. There you go. They have the tiebreaker over Kansas City based on wins in conference games. Steelers are 5-2 in conference games. Chiefs are 3-4. Yeah. Well, good thing they won today. Winning a conference game like this will help. Now, with Aaron Rodgers out, I don't know what kind of a team Pittsburgh is moving forward. I mean, that's a team you're suddenly paying attention to when you weren't expecting it. Put up 28 points. Not a bad team. Now, I don't know all the details from that game because I was focused on the Chiefs game today, and I'm in a hotel, so couldn't really focus on all of the other games today. But, well, yeah, Eagles leading Dallas right now. They are destroying the Cowboys. I mean, if you're Kansas City, you're looking at a team like Dallas, which has not been good all year. You've got to go out there and destroy them on Thanksgiving. And you know, the crazy part is, I think that's the only loss you can really afford this year because it's a non-conference game. But I think you've got to you just got to win out to have every insurance, every security blanket there for you so you can avoid tiebreaker situations. Because right now, you are behind when it comes to head-to-head tiebreakers with the Chargers, the Bills, and the Jags. Now, the Chargers one, that one you can make up for by splitting it. The Chargers would still be ahead of Kansas City. But I've been saying it all along. I think the Chargers are on a downward spiral. I know they're 7-4 right now, but with no offensive line, do you think they're going to hold on to a wild card spot? Because I don't. I really don't. So we'll see how that goes for the Chargers. Jacksonville is such a weird team, man. I just can't get a good read on Jacksonville. I don't think anyone can. It's 4th and 1, and the Cardinals are going for it. Shout out to my friend Eddie Law. He's been on this podcast before. He's a huge Cardinals fan. They're from their own 35, probably just trying to get him to jump off. Yeah, they're not going for this. Oh, they got him to jump. They got him to jump. There you go. First down, Arizona. Okay. Keep it going, Arizona. Right now, I care more about the Jaguars and the Chargers more than any other team. I just don't know what kind of a team Jacksonville. Marcel says Jacksonville will probably choke. I don't know. I just don't know what kind of a team Jacksonville is. They're such a weird team right now. You can't get a good read on them. Let me ask you guys this. The Chiefs have 6 games left. They won today. Much, much, much needed win. But moving forward, you have the Cowboys, Texans, Chargers, Titans, Broncos, Raiders. You should be able to beat the Cowboys. You should be able to beat the Chargers because they don't have an offensive line. You should be able to beat the Titans. You should be able to beat the Raiders. You got 4 gimme wins right there. I'm calling them gimme wins. I don't care what anyone says. The 2 toughest teams left, the Texans and the Broncos. Those are probably the 2 best defenses in the league right now, and those 2 teams are left on your schedule. Is 5-1 realistic? I think they can go 5-1 or 6-0. You have to. I think Kansas City can do that moving forward. I mean, I'm just watching the Cardinals right now. They are just playing much better offensively. Yeah, Jacoby Brissett. I know I mentioned Eddie. I know Eddie's been big on Jacoby Brissett more than Kyler Murray. I mean, listen, I think they gave that guy ample opportunities, and he's just not the guy. So hopefully the Chiefs can figure that out. As for now, they're getting some help. The Chargers aren't a bye. The Broncos aren't a bye. I don't think the Chiefs are winning the AFC West. But boy, if you can get into the dance, if you can get into the playoffs, you got yourself a chance. Shedeur Sanders, man, okay, he is cooking the Raiders. That's good to see. Yeah, let's see how they do here. Last call for calls. If you guys want to call in, this is your last chance to do so. Otherwise, I am going to drink a bunch of margaritas tonight because I definitely need that at the moment. I'm just going to look over this game real quickly here and see if there's anything else to go over. Kansas City, by the way, they continue their dominance as one of the best fourth down teams in the NFL. 2 for 2 on fourth downs. The Chiefs ran 91 plays. The Colts ran 50. See, this is the other thing here. If you're going to run almost double the amount of plays, you better be scoring more than 23 points, or at least not letting it be a 23-20 game. I mean, this was obviously close because it went to overtime, but boy, Kansas City's got to be better offensively. I mean, they outplayed them 255 total yards to 494. Again, I do come away with this win with a lot more questions than answers. Are we going to get the fourth quarter and the overtime offense? Are we going to get that version of the offense? Or are we going to see the offense we saw the first three quarters? That is my biggest question exiting this game. And I'll leave you guys with that. All right. I appreciate you guys joining me tonight. My name is Farzin Vousoughian. I say tonight, but you guys, majority of you are 1 hour behind me. I get a little, listen, whenever it was 12 o'clock and the games did not start, it was just a weird feeling for me. But that's, I guess you guys over in the Eastern time zone, you guys are used to that by now. But nonetheless, I'm Farzin Vousoughian. I appreciate you guys joining me for this episode of the Chiefs Zone Podcast. Thank you all to those who called in and to those who commented. If I don't talk to you guys again the rest of the week, happy Thanksgiving to all of you. Greatly appreciate you guys. If you guys are able to tune in on Thanksgiving, we will do a podcast on Thanksgiving. We'll do a normal live stream on Thanksgiving Day. We'll have a normal pregame live chat. That'll be at 9 a.m. Central Time. Then our halftime and postgame, that'll be all normal. Tuesday, we will do a podcast, and I will still be here in lovely Cancun. So tune in Tuesday night because that is when we break down the game between the Chiefs and the Cowboys. Hurry back. You guys were just telling me stay in Cancun. I don't know. You guys got to decide. You guys want me to listen, I'm not arguing about staying here, but I think you guys are going to have to help fund that trip. Or we can get maybe a sponsor to do that. I don't know. But we'll see. On to Dallas. My name is Farzin Vousoughian. Appreciate you guys joining me. I'll talk to you all later. Peace out.